What is up, everyone? It is your girl Tony, aka Blasian Vivant, and welcome back to another edition of What's Tony Cooking, where I take you into my kitchen and I walk you step by step through recipes that I actually make for myself. Now, I wouldn't call myself a baker. Baking is a little too precise for me, but that doesn't mean that I don't bake. When I do, I will be perfectly honest, I usually don't keep it for myself. I usually give it away to my friends because I don't eat that many baked treats. However, there are certain times of the year that I like baking. There are certain dishes that I like baking. So that doesn't mean that I just throw baking aside altogether. Today's recipe is actually going to be a baked treat. It is one that I originally came up with for Vitacost. I am a recipe contributor for them, and I have been for almost 2 years now. And what really inspired the recipe were these little mini bundt cake molds, silicone molds to be exact. I was walking through Lidl with a friend and they had these molds along with tart molds and cupcake molds for less than $4, and I couldn't resist buying them all. So when it came time to come up with a recipe, I really wanted to use these. It was summertime, I believe, or late spring, and so I wanted to do something seasonal. And I came up with a mini blueberry lemon poppy seed bundt cake. That is a mouthful. It's not as intimidating as it sounds. It's actually rather easy. I try to be consistent with that with a lot of my recipes. I want them to be easily recreated by people. But they're really tasty. It's a good summer baked good with fresh blueberries, brightness from that lemon juice, and a little bit of nuttiness from that poppy seed. It's really definitely one of my favorite things to bake. But again, that is enough of me talking. Let's get to cooking. Before I forget, don't forget to like and comment, and if you don't already, hit that subscribe button. To get started with these mini blueberry lemon poppy seed bundt cakes, preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And in a medium mixing bowl, you will want to combine your flour minus about a tablespoon, baking soda, your baking powder, and some salt. You can definitely sift this into the bowl if you'd like. I'm lazy. I didn't want to do that. It turned out perfectly fine without me sifting. And then give it a whisk to make sure that all of those ingredients are properly combined. Next, you're going to move over to your stand mixer. If you don't have a stand mixer, that is okay. I just got mine a couple of years ago, and prior to that, I was using a hand mixer for a lot of things, so you can absolutely get away with using a hand mixer for this. If you are using a stand mixer, you're going to add in your butter and sugar with the paddle attachment, and you're going to beat that until the mixture is light and fluffy. For those wondering, yes, I'm wearing a different outfit and have different nails from the intro. I actually had to record the intro on a different day than I recorded the actual baking of this dish. So please ignore that. And don't mind these shots right here. I'm using my new camera and was completely oblivious to the fact that my big ol' arm was blocking the way. But what you're going to want to do next is add in your eggs one at a time and mix it well. From there, you are going to move on to adding the rest of your wet ingredients, which are vanilla extract, some lemon juice, some canola oil, and then that lemon zest. That lemon zest is key. It's going to add a lot of brightness to these mini bundt cakes. You'll want to mix this until all of the ingredients are well combined. And then it's time to add in your dry mixture. So add in about half of that flour mixture. And then from there, you are going to mix in your sour cream. The sour cream is really going to help give your mini bundt cakes moisture. Really good for that. No one wants a dry cake, so do not skip on the sour cream. After you mix in the sour cream, you'll want to add in the remainder of the flour mixture and mix until no dry mixture can be seen. The full recipe, including ingredients and measurements, is found on my blog, and I will link that below in the description box. Now it's time to focus on the last two ingredients, the first one being your fresh blueberries. You'll want to toss your blueberries in about a tablespoon of all-purpose flour. The reason you want to do this is the flour is going to help the blueberries adhere to the cake mixture so that they all don't sink to the bottom of the batter. This will help you have wonderful fresh blueberries throughout your mini Bundt cakes. Using a rubber spatula, you'll fold those into the cake batter, and then lastly, add in your poppy seeds, and again, fold those in until they are evenly distributed throughout the batter. Lastly, you will want to fill your mini Bundt cake molds. I thought I was in frame here, definitely wasn't, so what we're going to do is we're going to fast forward to the finished product. When you fill those molds, you'll place them on a baking sheet and bake them for about 25 minutes or until a toothpick is inserted in the center and it comes out clean. Cool those Bundt cakes on a wire rack in the molds, and when they're cool enough to handle, gently pop out the cakes to continue cooling. And just like that, you have wonderfully delicious mini blueberry lemon poppy seed Bundt cakes. Thank you for watching, and remember to savor every bite because you deserve it.